The orbital station Kepler 7 hummed with the usual cacophony of docking ships and atmospheric recyclers. Emma wiped grease from her hands, surveying the fusion drive she'd just repaired. As the station's chief mechanic, she'd seen every type of vessel humanity had launched into the void, but her favorite part of each day had nothing to do with starships. Every night at 2,200 hours, Emma made her way to the abandoned cargo bay in Section D7, carrying a small container of synthesized protein. The cats were always waiting, and no one knew where they'd come from. Station records showed no authorized pets, no biological imports. Yet there they were, 7 sleek felines with eyes that gleamed too intelligently in the dim light. Emma had named them all: Spark, Circuit, Nova, Pulsar, Quantum, Photon, and the smallest one, Nebula. "Here you go, guys," Emma whispered, setting down the food. The cats approached in their usual order, precise as clockwork. Long day fixing humanity's mess. You wouldn't believe the idiot who thought cooking ramen in their engine room was a good idea. Nebula rubbed against Emma's leg, purring. The mechanic smiled, running her fingers through the cat's impossibly soft fur. For reasons she couldn't explain, talking to these strays made the isolation of space feel less crushing. What Emma didn't know was that 7 billion light-years away, in a dimension humans had no mathematics to describe, the goddess of the endless dark was listening to every word. Jack arrived on Kepler 7 3 months later, a xenoanthropologist assigned to study the station's unique cultural ecosystem. Tall and perpetually curious, he had a habit of wandering into restricted areas, claiming scientific necessity. "You can't be here," Emma said, looking up from her workbench to find Jack standing in the entrance to her workshop. "Jack Morrison, Cultural Xenoanthropology," he replied, extending his hand. "I'm documenting human behavior in isolated environments. Your reputation as the station's best mechanic preceded you." Emma reluctantly shook his hand. "Emma-chan, and if you're looking for behavior, you're in the wrong section. Try the bars on level 3. But Jack kept coming back, asking questions about her work, her life, her thoughts on humanity's expansion into space. Emma found herself tolerating his presence, then actually enjoying it. He had a way of making even mundane repairs seem philosophically significant. One night, Jack followed Emma to Section D7. "You feed stray cats?" he asked, incredulous. "Don't judge," Emma replied defensively. "Everyone needs something out here." Jack crouched down, studying the cats with the intensity he applied to everything. "Fascinating. There's no record of how they got here. It's almost as if they appeared. They're just cats, Jack." "Are they, though?" He pulled out a scanner. "Emma, these creatures don't have standard feline DNA markers. They're close, but there are anomalies. Structures I've never seen before." Emma's blood ran cold. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying these aren't ordinary cats. They might not be cats at all." In the dimension beyond dimensions, the goddess stirred. Her spies had been discovered. But instead of fear, she felt something unexpected: curiosity. The goddess had been observing humanity for millennia, ever since they'd first looked up at the stars with wonder. She'd watched them build, destroy, expand, and persist. They were such fragile, determined creatures, and she'd wanted to understand them better, so she'd sent her avatars. Beings who could walk among humans unnoticed, gathering stories, witnessing acts of kindness and cruelty alike. The cats had been perfect. Humans had always trusted cats with their secrets, but Emma was different. The mechanic didn't just feed the goddess's spies, she talked to them. About her loneliness, her dreams of seeing Earth again, her fear that humanity was stretching too thin across the cosmos, her small acts of rebellion, fixing ships for free when crews couldn't pay, smuggling extra rations to families in the lower decks. Through Emma, the goddess had learned something profound. Humanity's strength wasn't in their technology or their ambition. It was in their stubborn compassion, their refusal to let the void make them cold. And now, this Jack had discovered the truth. The goddess had to act. That night, as Emma and Jack sat among the cats debating what to do, the air shimmered. The 7 felines merged, their forms flowing like liquid light, until a figure stood before them. Impossibly tall, crowned with stars, eyes like galaxies. Emma and Jack stumbled backward, minds struggling to comprehend what they were seeing. "Do not fear," the goddess said, her voice resonating in their bones. I mean you no harm. What? What are you? Emma managed. I am the goddess of the endless dark, the space between stars, the silence that holds the universe together. She knelt, bringing her cosmic face level with Emma's. And you, Emma-chan, have shown me something I had forgotten. I don't understand. For eons, I watched civilizations rise and fall. Most grew cold in the void, became cruel, forgot what they were. But you fed 7 strays every night. You cared for them when no one watched, when there was no reward. You stayed human. Jack found his voice. You were testing us? No, I was learning from you. The goddess smiled, and it was like watching a nebula bloom. Humanity persists not because you are strong, but because you refuse to abandon kindness, even in the dark, even when you think no one sees. She stood, her form already beginning to fade. I came to judge whether humanity deserved the stars. But Emma taught me that you don't claim the stars through conquest. You earn them through compassion. Wait, Emma called out. Will we see you again? The goddess's laughter echoed like cosmic wind. Feed the strays, Emma. There's always someone watching. And humanity, keep being beautifully, stubbornly kind. The universe needs that more than it needs conquerors. She vanished, leaving only 7 ordinary cats, purring contentedly. Jack turned to Emma, his xenoanthropologist mind already racing. We need to document this. Report it. This changes everything we know about. No, Emma said firmly. We don't report anything. We just keep feeding the cats. Jack stared at her, then slowly smiled. Keep feeding the cats. Yeah, I think I understand. That night, as Emma set down the protein rations and Jack watched, 7 pairs of eyes gleamed with something that might have been ordinary feline contentment, or might have been something infinitely more. Either way, humanity had passed a test it never knew it was taking. And somewhere in the darkness between stars, a goddess smiled.